Hey guys, welcome back to my Snowrunner chill let's play. We are today going to be doing Out to the Old, which is quite a big contract. It requires us first of all going to go and get this construction rig semi-trailer, which is all the way in Drummond Island, and we're going to use a P16 to go do it. And then we got to go and grab some extra materials and bring it all back to the same place. So today should be a pretty fun one, because we haven't used the P16 in a little bit. I think it's been a couple episodes. So we're back in this big boy. We've got a full tank of fuel, and yeah, basically just got to drive all the way up there. Now the drive there is going to be relatively simple, because it's all on this road pretty much, and nothing really difficult to get through. But the trailer we're bringing is going to be a bit more of a challenge, because it's a pretty big trailer. Might be one of the biggest ones we've taken so far. But either way, it's the thing we need, so it's what we're going to go get. I mean, I'm going to say the longest bit would be driving to and from this place, because Drummond Island, it's really not a difficult area. It's just going from Smithfield Dam is a bit of a long thing, and this thing's got plenty of fuel, so I'm not concerned on that front. It's just a case I have to go all the way up this road. Doing once or twice isn't too bad, but we've already gone up and down it quite a few times. But I'm going to take the shortcut. I know there is another shortcut you can take. My concern with that is though, it's a steep hill, and I feel like it will take us longer in this vehicle. So we're kind of just going to take the road as much as we can. It's generally a bit flatter. But even still, it's one of the last contracts we've got. I think there's only 3 more after this. So we are actually making pretty good progress. I think we've spent around 35 hours so far on this region, I think. I don't know if there's a way for me to check actually, but not been too bad. Okay, high was not the gear. It's gonna be a crawl through here, but can't turn left. Yeah, you can climb. Probably not going to be that much quicker going up here, but it's interesting at least. It's the only issue I find with having an all drive on is the back wheels really don't push front wheels nearly as much as they probably should. It's like the only way it really works is if you've got so much weight on the back wheels. Anything the front wheels, you need that bit of pull to actually get you through a lot of stuff. Come on. I mean, it will climb though. It's going to be a bit of a effort. Come on, dig in. There we go. Back onto the road. I've kind of got through this region fairly. There hasn't really been any difficulties. We've rolled over a couple times, I think 3 times, and I had a bit of issue getting the White Western Star on stock. It's all been pretty productive. And hopefully Alaska will be much the same as that. It's nice to just make a bit of progress. There's a path up there I could probably take, but not in this thing. Like, it is a really good truck. Like I said, I think in pretty much every video I've used it in, I just wish it had a bit more power. The size of it, but and there's one more engine I can get, but even still. Power is not really its main thing. To be fair, if it did have more power, it would probably be quite overpowered. Every other aspect of this truck's really good. Rabbit Island, okay. Just got to go to the port. What's this? Okay, that's a thing we can go look at later, I guess. So we just got to go there. Straightforward journey. We'll do a couple missions we've left as well, because I've got to go grab that oil barrel, which I might generally have to look online how you do it again, because I've done it a couple times and I've forgotten. I know it's an arse though. Definitely gonna leave that. Right, let's get this thing moving. Get dark as well, isn't it? Which is kind of typical. It'll get dark probably as we get to the big trailer, where visibility is going to be needed, but we're not going to be able to see much. That's a tight turn. Still barely used any fuel. Like, this truck, when you're just driving on like roads or like dirt paths, it just kind of climbs over them quite nicely. Kind of is the best vehicle I've got for going a long journey. But yeah, it's just about getting dark as we're about to connect up to this big old trailer. I need a place to turn. Other truck there. Can I connect up to this thing without seeing? That's going to be the challenge. Which might be doable. I can kind of see enough. Now, as much as I'd love to drive that in third person, or in first, it's going to be a little bit difficult. It does look really cool though. I like having a big trailer. Kind of wish you could do it more often. Right, we now got to go back to Smithfield Dam. Which again, it shouldn't be too bad. Just there's a few tight areas, which may cause a couple issues. was that? It's got a lot of overhang on the right side, which I deem kind of annoying, but definitely heavy. Can I turn that? Yep, good. I'll try and do it in first person, but there's a chance I might need to switch at some point. Because it's quite hard to judge how far wide it is when I don't really know. Can definitely feel the added weight though. See, it's got really bad lights, hasn't it? Oh, it's going to be a pain. We know we need to keep quite a bit of space to the right side, because A, the steering wheel's on the left, which means there's more vehicle on the right, and we've got a trailer with a lot of overhang on the right as well. So, I need to think a bit like having a wing, like a plane, and then we might do alright. Come on, you can climb. Close. Okay, we've got plenty of room actually. Not even that wide, but ooh. Turning's a little bit difficult at times. Something to do with the fact there's not much weight on the back or on the front wheels. It's kind of getting lifted up a little bit. Just scrape off that. Come bounce your way down. It's not good. It's a bursted tyre. I said bounce your way down, I didn't quite mean it that aggressively. Luckily, to be fair, having the front wheel burst I don't think will make an ounce of difference. As the rear wheel, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But a front one, okay, it's a little bit wobbly, that's the only thing I'm noticing. And this is why one of my concerns, or just how tight this road is. Damage. I mean, we're going to scuff it up a little bit in places anyway, just kind of how it is. It doesn't matter too much as long as our vehicle's still moving, that's the main thing. I don't think there's any more missions after this for this vehicle really. I forgot, yeah, but took my mind off that overhang for like 1 second. So I find a pole. Just got to do a 3-point turn and then we're good. We're going to have the fuel to make it back actually. It's not the biggest issue ever, but maybe you just decided to, okay. Okay. The mod goes out on the other side. And, oh, is it me that's stuck on it? I didn't think that was a trailer. I'll keep it centered, I guess. I think it's actually proved to be a bit more of a challenge than I was expecting. Okay. This place. Then we just got to go down the big hill. Okay. That's one bit done. I got 38% fuel. Now, there is a quick way. Option 1, high risk. Go down here, along there, down there. Take that way, it's going to take 4 times longer, maybe 5 times. And go all the way along here. Down here, along here. Round, down. Along, oh my, yeah, okay. So we've got the extremely long way, the very high risk but incredibly short way. Now, I don't often do this, but the short way seems to be kind of calling to me. I think you want to go up this way, and then we're good. Mainly because 2 reasons. A, we don't have the fuel to go the long way. We can't get a refill on the way, but it's not ideal. And also, I want to do something a bit more fun. Downside is with this short way, if we do mess up, it's going to be 10 times longer. So we're just going to have to hope we don't mess up. I hope by the time we get there, it should be daytime. And also we are going downhill, which is a lot more suitable for us. Don't have that issue at least, because going downhill should be quite easy. Just kind of point it and go. So, okay, we're kind of attached to the tree, just a little bit. Downhill is not the funnest thing ever. Because if something does go wrong, it will go very wrong. Going down this hill is kind of mental. Can just cut across the water and then we're pretty much there, so Definitely it's going to be a quicker way. A little bit more damage for us, just to add it up. I would prefer it to be daytime. I cannot skip the time, so we're just going to have to basically deal with it. If we don't tip, this area is a little bit slanted, but we're going down there anyway, so it should be fine. That was close. Okay, a bit more damage for us. That's my other front tire, okay. Come on, all the power. Okay, this is dodgy. I can't turn. Losing both front tyres might have been a bad idea. Sounded like it was my idea in the first place, but to continue with both bad tyres. Lack of turning we've got going on. There's no winch points out here either. Come on. I can only go around the rock. Come on. Where a short journey turns into a long journey. I'm using that wheel to get up and over it. Okay. Is it there? I fully beached myself. Oh my god. Come on, wiggle. I'm so close to being able to back up. Still in there. Oh my god. So close. Cast turned us. This is going to be such a pain. I did say I wanted a challenge. My fuel's going, okay. If I don't run out of fuel like on this bit, we should be fine. I don't have that many vehicles that would like to go across this bit. Okay, don't do too much damage. Float across it, lovely. Go through the worst of it. Rocks are not going to be so nice. Don't slip in. That could be really bad. Let's go across. across this bit and we are safe. A little bit more damage, but when that's already been quite battered. God, he is struggling to get through this. So the view's lovely though. Are you going to want to climb out though? Come on. Is that a path through there I could take? Probably actually. Okay. I think this is where we're going to have issues. To go around. This thing does not have the pulling power to get up. Come on, what you go on? Generally don't know. Oh, do I not only feel? It's not the end of the world, I guess. Because what we can do is mildly annoying, but drug storage. Do I not have a where's my the vehicles are. You. We'll take the drilling rig to the place with some fuel. That way it saves us a journey. Now I'm going to leave that for later me to deal with, because I'm kind of an arsehole to myself at that point, but it's fine. It's not something I recommend people do though. Okay. Drive isn't that bad, to be fair, to get there. Do just need a 5 slot, is it? Drill. Yeah, 5 slots. So, take a 5 slot trailer. Oh, it's nice to actually have some lights. Get some fuel in this and the leftovers that it can have. Yeah, should be fun. Only needs a little bit to get up the hill probably, plus I could probably pull it as well. I so nice to have something with a bit of speed. So now it's just the case of going all the way down here. At least we get another trip out of the way. I'm going to take the long route because we know this route fairly well. It's not going to be an easy route either, actually. Especially since I can only imagine this thing weighs an awful lot. It might take a little bit longer, but just thinking if I had fuel, it probably would have pulled up it. But when you can't fuel, you do lose out on power a little bit. Just because we might need all the extra bits. So I could have taken one of these to it. Like, by the time we done that, we could have just taken this, give it a little top up and it'll be good. Or even pull it like. And this vehicle's not slouch for speed either. Definitely gets a bit of a shift on. And it's daytime as well. Everything's looking up for now anyway. Going higher, cruise along. Did it have all drive on? Got the power of this thing. Yeah, having more weight in the back wheels has actually given us so much more grip. So every single time I've used this truck, I've actually enjoyed it. So I'm gonna try and keep using newer trucks. The rest of this is a little bit muddy, but too bad. That's not really the issue, because this thing's got so much grip now. Come on, you're nearly there. Up the hill. It's actually not doing too bad. I was expecting, because this thing was quite heavy, it might actually struggle a bit. But the weight's definitely helping. Go up the hill. And there's one more bit we got to be a little bit careful of, but it's more just the fact it's muddy more than anything, so. bit coming up can be a little bit of a pain. Don't know, I can't actually remember the last time we went through it, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Just something to bear in mind because it can get a little bit sticky, but this thing doesn't really seem to be caring at the moment. Keeping to the right side is helping. Yeah, this is just like that's normally not that bad. Definitely a little deeper. We got enough weight to actually just grip straight through it. Okay, we can see the place. What we can then do is give a little bit of fuel to the thing, and then we can drop this off once. I think we've got to do it in order, so we won't be able to do this for a bit. But we can keep the truck at the place, so when we're ready, just drop it off. Because essentially we've done the last step first, which, I mean, it saves a trip at the end. It was actually quite soft. Didn't actually expect that. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this on the edge for the time being. Don't think I can put it in. Okay. Leave you there because you are making me sing. And now we've got to go rescue the P16. Oh my god. This train is not where you want to be. Can free itself though. Okay, yeah, we're not going to go this way as well. Let's make that clear. Some stumps are going to be a small bit of an issue. We'll go the long way around. That's wrong. Generally not have the power in it. God, wrong buttons. Okay, new plan. Defeated by a small hill or a rock. I'm not quite sure what the issue is. Don't tip. This trailer go on? There's a rock under the back wheel, that's what's causing it. We'll go this way. I said I wasn't going to. Apparently I'm not. Oh my god. a bit crawl out of the way, and then we should be good. And it's proved a royal hassle. Popping both front tyres probably hasn't helped matters. It's definitely not ideal. Just gonna have to go this way, I don't think I can turn up. Come on now, is it the stick? Oh my god. Oh, we'll just... Okay, it must just be the angle of a rock or something. Don't roll back down. Battered. Pretty much there though, finally. And this trailer is big though. I don't know if the Paystar would have been able to do it any better. I can't doubt it. What's going on with this vehicle though? Is it actually a power issue causing this? Do that means they just generally just cannot spin. Oh my god. This has actually been quite a pain. God, it's a trailer I've got to get into it, hasn't it? There we go. Wonderful. Now we need to bring some metal beams, which should be doable. Go up here, because you are going to be retired for a little bit. It's the wrong buttons again. It's going to be happening. You can go take the fuel back from you. Park up and wait for me to go get metal beams. And then we're pretty much done. I'm gonna connect just because we might have trouble going again. Oh, right, we need 2 metal beams. Where's my... I think we'll teleport you back because I kind of want... don't have another truck that's capable enough to carry an overload. Plus, it's been a while since we used you anyway. It's again a straightforward drive, just back up the hill and down the hill. Actually, no, we're not going to go up the hill. Clever. We'll go to Black River. As the town is a lot closer. I actually kind of miss this vehicle. I like all the vehicles we got at the moment. I think it's so tatty though. You're empty, I'm pretty sure. Right, we'll go Black River, and then we'll go to the town. Grab 2 metal beams, which we can overload one. That's solid. This whole thing shouldn't take that long. Definitely been longer than I intended, but oh my god, don't be an idiot. Okay, doing some exploring. I went a world too quick down there. Thing is though, if that ever happens, it's just better to go with it. Because if I was to try and keep it on the road, I would have flipped. But if you just kind of go with the flow and hope for the best, sometimes it works out. Also, sometimes you could go flying off over a cliff, but that was not the case today, so we win. Now we just gotta go to the store, town storage even. Nice to actually see some houses and buildings and all the nice stuff. Because with this region, essentially the further you go from the start, the more just empty it gets. And it's so nice to have this vehicle again, with all-wheel drive and diffs available. Because the White Western Star doesn't have diffs. The P16 doesn't have all-wheel drive, so they're kind of like, could do with combining them together, be the best option. Yes, this thing has both. All the speed. It's not like a super fast truck, it's also not super slow either. It's a nice, like, just, again, pretty much just very average. Which is definitely not a bad thing. Now, I've staged a couple of times, not a fan of the town because I thought the roads are too small. Like the truck feels a little bit big. Plus there's quite a few solid things to crash into. Come on up you go. It's not super good for overloading, but get the job done. Now let me just quickly because I don't want to get lost. Which, even though I do know the way, I'm just so conditioned to having blue markers to follow. Like, makes it so I don't even really have to think, which is, the less thinking I do, the better, really. Come on. I know you're heavy. I'm just going to trust we're not going to lose that. At least if I vibrate an awful lot. Come on, along you go. And this road feels so bouncy for some reason. I know it's a little bit rough, but I'm shaking. To be fair, I've got a window at the back so I can still see if my beams are there. That's good. I've been trying to play in first person a little bit more for this episode. Because, as I mentioned, there's nothing... When it's like easier jobs, let's try to be mainly first person. So I had when it's more difficult ones, third will be used a little bit more. This thing is satisfying about driving in first person. Despite like the limitations of it and everything, it kind of feels more rewarding. But there's something nice about looking at your tyres go through mud and all that, so like, I don't know, it's kind of a hard thing for me to choose. So I'm just going to switch kind of as and when. Right, not too much further to go now. This mission's definitely took a lot longer than I was expecting. But it's one of the end ones, so I shouldn't be that surprised. It's, I mean, you would expect the end ones to be more difficult than the majority of the other ones. Okay, we're good to go. Right, we can refuel and then we're good to go. Drive by. Beautiful. Do we want to risk it? I mean, sure. I'm not too mental though. A bit of fun for us. Looks like the beams are barely moving. Just cut off what we want. See how they do when they go through this. I'll be honest. I don't quite know how I went over on that side. I feel like I've cut that corner before and it's been fine. Do we? Surely you'll be fine for it. Says we're right off having a bit too much fun, I think. Turn the engine off by some buttons. Do a bit more damage. Should be an easy flip though. I mean, at least I've done it near the garage. Done it on a good area actually. Come on. It'll circle this. I'm gonna try and use a bit of momentum. Come on. Okay. Can say the crane done a good job holding it together. Okay, hang on. Something you've got to be careful of. Let's solve that issue, I guess. Right, let's hit this ball now. I'm a little bit overconfident, I think. Well, at least we're back on the wheels. I think it was just a bad bounce. Bad bounce plus being top heavy. Didn't really predict that though, which is kind of my bad. In this bit we should be fine to get up. Hopefully anyway. Getting this hill was always a bit of a struggle. Kind of think I should have put the beams at the top of the cab. Because the back end's coming, well the front end's coming up a little bit. I mean, it's been a strange day today. Kind of had 2 issues. Technically 3, but all in all, we still got the stuff nearly done anyway. Which, I mean, to be fair, part of the game is having an occasional moment where you end up on your side. For like, if you're not on your side at least once a session, or you even played Snowrunner, like, it just kind of comes hand in hand. Get this bit, got to be careful we don't tip again. Okay, we're on the final stretch now. The sun's starting to set as well. I love how many days I've played of this. Like, in-game days. It'd be kind of interesting. Get some grip. And just bounce around but not going anywhere. Can pop these 2 things in and then we are done for the day. It's been a bit of a shift. I didn't even check how much money we get for this, so hopefully a decent amount. That's annoying. Okay, we'll get you in. That was quick, and then we've got grand for it. Not bad. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.